Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess, 'cause I've been living wrong.
Hey, yo, what's up, man? It's your boy TUSKO today. Mr. Flow So Good. Back with y'all with another episode of Streets is Watching. Now, my fact, some of these African countries are not countries you want to mess with the wrong way. I mean, if you're an artist coming to some of these countries, man, you gotta get yourself in order. And the most recent artist to learn a lesson from this is Omarion, who was apparently supposed to go perform in the country that Donald Trump decided to name Namba, aka Namibia. And he apparently was performing, to himself because apparently very few people showed up, and it was basically blamed on the fact that he missed a press conference to actually prove to people that he was actually in the country on the day. Now, when you look at the pictures, like I'm sure you guys are looking at them as I'm speaking, you guys can tell that event was actually empty, and people were not necessarily there. And it's one of a sad situation to see an act move all the way from the United States, come down to Africa, only to find that the event that they're actually performing at, nobody's there. Now, it's very funny to me when I actually saw the reports about what happened and the going downs. Of course, I'm not going to act like I'm an expert on Namibian, music industry and how things go down there. But when I looked at the whole situation and what happened in Namibia, they apparently say that Omarion, got there and, they asked him to come to a press conference. He actually said that no, he's too tired to actually attend no press conference on the day. And, he said that his team said that they had posted stuff on Twitter and so on and so forth, and that's where people are supposed to see that he's landed in the country and is ready for the performance. Now, like I said, I'm not an expert on Namibian music, but this situation was a bit weird to me. I found it hard to believe that, on a day of an event, because that's what the promoters were apparently saying. They were saying that, on the day of the event, he should have come and done the press conferences and so on and so forth, and people would have come to the event. But, me being skeptical, I spoke to some of my Namibian sources. By the way, we've got a huge Namibian fan base that watches this channel. I spoke to some of the guys, and they actually said that, the promoters are actually trying to protect their own skin. It's not necessarily that it was Omarion's and his team's fault that the whole thing happened where, he was performing to an empty stadium. What actually happened was the fact that, the event wasn't advertised properly. They were saying that they were not really sure when the date of the event was. Now, I don't really know what happened. I wasn't there, I wasn't necessarily following the whole thing. Now, I have to big up Omarion, on this situation. Like I'm saying, I'm not sure what exactly happened. I'm not going to even try and speculate about it. But I have to big him up for actually coming down, getting to the event and actually performing. Because I do believe that every artist, has a contract, and in their contracts, I'm sure there is a clause that says that they reserve the right to cancel a performance if they feel like there's very too few people to, perform to. Especially an artist as big as Omarion, they can do that and nobody would complain, and he's not even gonna take the L because he's still gonna get his money. They're gonna give him. He's already paid before he goes to the event. So the only people that take an L when an event is not filled up, is the promoters, the people that promote the event and book the artists and so on and so forth. Those are the only people that take an L if an event is a flop. It's not like he lost anything. The only thing that he got was bad publicity for a week of people coming out saying, he was performing to an empty stadium, people in Namibia snubbed him, blah, blah, blah. But the only people that really took an L are these guys. And shout out to him for actually standing up and going out to perform. I saw him talking about it. He said that, so long as people had a good time, he is happy. And, apparently he gave a good performance. But I will say that, if it is a case of it's the promoter's fault that this thing happened, I pray to God that they take responsibility, because it's very sad, man. I mean, somebody moves all the way from the States to come down to Africa to perform, and they get to an event and there's no one there because you guys didn't promote the event properly. Man, I feel like that's not a very good image, especially given the fact that Omarion is one of the few American artists that have showed, that they really have strong intents of working with African artists and African events and so on and so forth. But you guys leave me a comment and definitely subscribe. Now wait, Emma Pili, I know you want to go, but click that red button and subscribe and put some respect on a young name, man.
Awesome.